August 17th, 12:28 p.m. and we're going to start up our next version of our fluidized bed gasifier. What we have right here is a modified tube. Yesterday we just had a straight 1/4 inch stainless tube going down into the fluidized bed. Now we have a little diffuser nozzle. This was actually shamelessly robbed out of a coffee making machine, and we put that at the end of the 1/4 inch tube. And now with that buried inside our sand bed, we turn up the air, we can see the fluidizing action. Yeah, I can actually feel the tube sink down to the sand easier when the air's going through it. It looks like we're getting much more even dispersion of the air and better fluidizing action than we got yesterday. So what we're going to try here is lash this tube to the U-bolt for support, and then actually throw some fuel in here and try it with real fire, real heat, and see how it does. I'm particularly interested to see how the fluidizing action works once we get the wood pellets in there, and also what sort of thermal distress we might encounter with this disc, because the disc is made of much thinner metal than the rest of the tube, and I'm a bit concerned about what might happen to that disc under the influence of high temperature. We'll just have to see though. But as an initial demonstration, we can see how this does indeed fluidize the sand. You can see the sand actually there does act like a fluid. You can just see it bouncing around, moving around as though it's a liquid, even though it's a bunch of solid particles. And that's the idea with a fluidized bed. You have a bed of solid particles that are in a fluidized state that are mixing around, and that way they disperse heat very evenly. You get good oxygenation of the materials down there for partial combustion, and much more, like I said, even distribution of heat than if you just had a solid bed. You don't get bridging or hot spots or cold spots ideally in a fluidized bed. It's all mixed together very nicely. So we're going to try this with the diffuser nozzle and see how it works, especially compared to yesterday's efforts.